Hey everyone, Draco Magnius here for another episode of Let's Stream Ren's Demons. In the last episode, it's been a bit, but if I remember correctly, we got all of the artifact parts, so we headed to the nearest town. We were gonna go into the rip in the earth that Johnner and his armies were in, but apparently we weren't ready according to the goddess, so we decided to climb a mountain. And we met our new buddy Z-Man here, who's learning the ropes of adventuring from us. So without further ado, let's continue adventuring on as we are wont to do. A hungry hawk. Circumvent. I don't remember. Was it forceful? Nope, it was soft. Uh-oh. Aha! I'm gonna go soft. Haha! Ah, perfect. And the final circumvent. Start to panic as you don't see a way out, but the hawk seems to have picked up on your unwillingness to fight and simply lets you through. Hey, and I found a feather! Well, I got something out of that deal, if not experience. Oh hey, another feather. Nice. At this place, the rock collapses, and left only a very thin line to advance. Z-Man is advancing towards it. Stop him. Z-Man, stop! Z-Man suddenly comes to a halt. What? This is obviously a trap. The path forms only a tiny bridge before the next platform. It's going to collapse if we walk on it. Fumble. Z-Man looks at you inquisitively. Arda shrugs. What do we do then? We take precautions. You use ropes to secure your bodies and possessions, and start making your way very slowly over the dangerous ledge. Thanks to your preparations, you cross without a hitch. Because we're just that good. Oh boy, a feather. You hear a piercing whistling sound as you notice an eagle darting through the air in your direction. As it comes closer at incredible speed, it appears to be a massive size. You barely have time to dodge the charge by jumping behind nearby rocks. Alright. How do you feel about venom elixirs? Well, that was a waste. But I'm gonna regret this, but how about rope? Oh, fuck. Ah! Okay, let's try rope again, except this time, I'm gonna click the bird. Toss the rope toward the hawk. Manage to capture the hawk with your lasso. It struggles for a while, but you hold on and don't let go. Hey, more experience. Nice. I lassoed a hawk. Okay, I'm pretty sure we've seen the vultures. Something's odd on the ground. A quick examination informs you it's a broken eggshell. When you look up, however, you find yourself faced with what's presumably the parent of the unlucky egg. The eagle stares at you with piercing eyes. You attempt to signify your peaceful intentions. By not moving much, after what seems like an eternity, the beast moves on to other matters. You know, through meditation, you can reach the ultimate truth of all things. Oh yeah? What is this ultimate truth? All things only exist as distinct entities when there is someone who makes the distinction between them and the rest. To be a thing means drawing a boundary and separating this thing from a non-thing. Everything begets its dual opposite by the simple fact of its existence. And it is the same for you. You only exist You only exist as the boundaries that are drawn between you and the non-you. Others might draw these boundaries, but the final call comes to you. as the narrator of your own life. The self is nothing but a story you tell yourself. You exist because of that story. You and the story are eternally intertwined. And your body will stop one day. That much is true. But the story will remain in the books. The story will live on forever. Whoa. I believe we've already seen this event, but I'll read it just to be sure. You take a jump with surprise as a massive flock of birds of prey take flight simultaneously from behind a nearby rock. The cumulative wing beating and shrieking it is deafening. You can feel the airflow that their takeoff is producing. Alright, we got a grizzly. Growls gluttonously. How do you feel about venom elixir? I will target between the legs. Oh. Tossed it towards the... Okay, gas contained the bottle, surrounds the grizzly. The poisonous smoke penetrates inside the grizzly and starts destroying its body. The grizzly falls lifeless. Hooray! And I got more experience out of doing a new thing. Oh, shoot, I almost forgot. Another grizzly. How do you feel about a rope? Oh, shit. Forgot. Hey, still got it. You toss the rope toward the grizzly. It's clearly effective, but you can tell that one hit isn't enough to bring down your enemy. You're gonna need more. Oh no! Don't slap me with your paw! Bad grizzly. You expertly launch the rope towards the grizzly's limbs. Successfully entangles them. The grizzly stumbles and falls. Take advantage of this to tie the rope and seal the deal. Ooh. Nice. Wow, what the hell is going on here? Calm down, it's a pretty classic puzzle. It's simple. We have to push boulders in the right order. Oh, no! I hate block pushing puzzles. Why would you do this to me, game? What if I mess up? We'll just leave and come back, and we can try again. Just like that? Yeah, just like that. Yeah, just like that. Okay. So, gotta push rocks. What? What? Okay, what if I get it from that side? Well, that is a thing, I guess. Oh. So, okay. So these boulders just go wherever the heck they damn well please. I'm noticing. Okay. Regardless of where you're pushing the boulder, it's just gonna go where it feels like going. Oh. Ooh, shiny gemstone. What is that? It looks so cool! But it doesn't seem to have any use. Pretty sure it's something that will turn out to be important later. Probably unlock something. Better keep it safe. Keep it carefully. Once I agree with your weird intuition. It does look important. It does indeed. Okay, so now I'm gonna go this way. We'll see where this rock magically flies off to. Oh. Oh, that's not good. By hitting that rock, I've locked myself off, I guess. Okay, so I don't want to hit... Is this the rock that... No, that's the rock that goes there. Oh yeah, I don't have to push that rock. There you go. So we want to ignore that rock, because that rock sucks. That's a bad rock. Alright. I don't have to do this, but I'm gonna do it. Because I can. I mean, I can't just leave a rock unpushed. You know what? I'm not mad at this one. Normally I hate block pushing puzzles, but they just sort of went wherever they needed to go. And I'm okay with that. Oh boy, rubble and debris. Alright, I'm profoundly curious. What happens if I mace it? You crush the pile of debris until only a thin powder is left. Not much you can do with that. Hooray! You barely avoid falling as you lose your footing from these little pebbles. And those pebbles almost killed me. Oh boy, a hungry hawk. I don't think there's anything new I can do with this. So Gendalf, get rid of this. You ask Gendalf for help. Gendalf gets up painfully and walks slowly toward the hawk. After a moment of reflection, he says solemnly, "The only truly binding shackles are the ones you put on yourself." The words resonate within the hawk and completely change the way it thinks. The hawk's mind is completely blown. It has finally seen the light. The hawk simply sits there, motionless, in total awe and beatitude. It appears it has reached complete enlightenment, and is completely detached from all earthly sensations. Oh boy, another hawk. I mean, yeah, fuck it, let's cast. I'm gonna try something I don't often try. Alright, so we did Ice Bolt. Circumvent. Shoot! Okay, it's in motion. There we go. Whoop! Phew, close call. Haha! Alright, we're gonna see if this gives us any experience from doing different things. Got him. Alright, and Ice Bolt. Nope! That didn't do what I was hoping it would. Enraged Emu encroaches on your ensemble. Hey, you know what, Ghasant? Let's see what you do. You decide to let Ghasant take care of the emu. The metallic noise of armor precedes Ghasant on the battleground. The retired tactician makes his way with a determined stride, heads turn on his way, which he greets with a warm smile. The world may change, but the fight never changes. Emu is unimpressed by the mastery emanating from Ghasant. Emu looks pretty upset, shaking its head and ruffling its feathers. It emits a loud screech. Oh no. Whew. Okay. How do you feel about fire? Oh, resilient to fire. Uh-oh, it pecked at me violently. Oh no! And I'm dead. Alright, how about... Gandalf, what do you got? The harvest moon is brightest. Every festival, homesickness multiplies. The emu completely ignores Gandalf. For long, it is ready to attack again. Okay, it's pretty upset. Ah! Close call. I'm gonna mace it. Oh no! It has speed. Aha! How do you feel about ropes? Oh, okay, does not care for rope. Turns out rope not good against emu. Yeah, sure, let's see, circumvent. Wow, and I just happened to find the right one. Look around you for another path around the emu. A small detour might be justified. Clearly effective, but you can tell that one hit is not enough to bring down your enemy. You're going to need more. Oh boy. Fuck it, we're gonna ice bolt and fail miserably. Because I kind of want to get the experience. I don't know if fully circumventing will do it. Aha! And the finisher. Nice! That's a lot of experience. Alright, another emu, you say? Well, let's try circumventing. Wow, what are the odds? Haha! I got your number, emu! Aw, it's stomping its legs upset it can't fly. Poor thing. Well, let's get out of here. Whew! Man, you gotta do a lot to circumvent this thing. We appear to be trapped in a loop. Starts to panic, you don't see a way out, but the emu seems to have picked up on your unwillingness to fight and seems to simply let you through. Alright. Very nice. Okay. Whoa, that's a lot of encounters. Alright, an enraged emu. Lace dart. Or lace dart at the emu. Oh no, it dodged my dart! Uh-oh. Phew. Oh, well. That was a good waste of items, but hey, I transmuted those items into experience. Hey, Arda. You leave the floor to Arda. Arda, brimming with optimism, attempts to establish a link with the emu, talking softly to it. If you wouldn't mind letting us through, please? Soothing voice of Arda succeeds at removing the will to fight from the emu. As you walk away, you find something on the floor. It's a feather. Alright. What art thou? Another gnarly grizzly growls gluttonously. Yeah, let's mace the bear. Boom. Oh no! Oh no! Take that, burr. Ooh, shiny gemstone. What is that? It looks so cool, but it doesn't seem to have any use. Okay, well, this is just the same thing again. Alright, the Hungry Hawk. I mean, we've basically done everything we can to get experience out of it, so Gendalf. There is no such thing as a fool, except for the lost soul foolish enough to think they are a fool. Why does the hawk have a venomous fang? You hear nearby shrieks of a ravenous bird echoing in the stone around you, but the creature is nowhere to be seen. After carefully monitoring your surroundings, you decide to progress slowly. The air gets colder as you progress down the path. You cough when you swallow some of the dust from the path that the wind threw in your face. Look up at the peak of the mountain you're trying to climb. At the very summit seems to be a sharp needle piercing the sky. At the top, you believe to see some kind of incandescent radiating light. Are you imagining it? I believe you already got this event before in the previous episode. You wonder if any humans made it this far. That's also from the previous. Oh boy! I'll take an arrow. Ooh, my martyrdom. Alright, let's see. I only have one? I can't do anything with 1 martyrdom point. Are you kidding me? Maybe I should boost my walk speed next time I get a chance. What's wrong? What do you mean? Stop moving for a while. I got worried. It seemed like you stopped breathing. Don't worry, I was just checking out stuff. Checking out stuff? Yeah, I was more or less talking with to the goddess. Never mind, let's just go. Piercing whistling sound. Yeah, we already got that event before. Oh boy, pebbles. Let's play. Look around a few spherical rocks with Arda. The one who pushes the other pebbles outside of the game area wins. Of course, you lose. Hooray! Never been so happy to lose at a game. The Hungry Hawk. I'm a rope it this time. Alright, enraged emu. Arda, do your thing. Okay. No matter what I do, I'm gonna have to hit you multiple times. Except for the Venom Elixir, but I don't have many, so... I mean, I'll just do that for the sake of getting rid of it fast, I suppose. Another Hawk. Gendalf! What do you have to say? We already read that one. A blunt stone! Ooh. Oh boy! Sure, why not? Let's use the blunt stone. You add a stone to the pile of debris. It makes the pile slightly bigger. Well, now I know what that does. Alright, so everything I do, I'm gonna have to do multiples, so... Let's just mace the bear. No, don't slap me with your big old paws. Oh, fuck. Wait, what? I guess I was just barely close enough to the edge on that one. Ah, Mr. Emu. Arda? Raises a hand toward the emu in an attempt to tame it. There's really no need for us to fight. Soothing voice of Arda succeeds at removing the will to fight from the emu. Oh boy, a feather. I'm gonna have so much shit to sell. Oh my god! It's a regular mosh pit over here. Spiteful scorpion stinger shines. Arda. Hey, Arda! You leave the floor to Arda. You watch terrified as Arda moves toward the scorpion to try and establish contact. I'm sure together we can find a better resolution. Perhaps something in the gentle demeanor of Arda touched the heart of the scorpion. In any case, it backs away from the fight, leaving you free. Oh boy, a scale. I got more experience, and I got empathy for the spiteful scorpion. Another hawk. I mean, we're already on Gendalf. I might as well let Gendalf. Experience is a comb which nature gives us when we are bald. Huzzah! Alright, what else is here? I wonder if any humans made it this far. Another grizzle. Sure, I'll mace. No. Whew. The shark bone, I believe that was. Another one? Another one. I'ma wrangle the bear. Oh boy. Let's wrangle us a bear. Rocks, more rocks. Everywhere you look, all you can see. Ravenous bird. Now looks like we're about to reach the top. What about now? No boulder. And I'm pretty sure we didn't pass by a pile of rocks or some other convenient stuff we missed. You know, this looks like the kind of place where you need to talk to someone to trigger an event with unlock refreshing. But there's nobody around! What about that waterfall? What about it? We need to check behind it. You mean, go under that water? But it's so cold and powerful! So I know, but there's always something behind the waterfall. Always. This is true. RPG 101. Always check behind the waterfall. Z-Man exchanges a puzzled look with Arda, who just shrugs. What experience? A powerful current of water runs down the side of the mountain in a beautiful waterfall. Behind the waterfall, you find a natural cave which extends with a tunnel into the depths of the mountain. Dead end. Well, so much for that. No, there's no way this tunnel doesn't lead somewhere. You know, sometimes nature does stuff for no reason. Nature, maybe, but not the goddess. Look at that pillar over there. Doesn't that shape remind you of her? I could see it, I guess. Except the eyes are missing. Well, it's simple. We just need to find 2 gemstones and put them in the sockets. Well, good for me, I found them. I mean, like the ones we picked up earlier? Exactly. It's no coincidence we found it on this mountain. I bet it fits perfectly. Try it. Rock pillar has a shape oddly reminiscent of the goddess, except there are 2 holes where the eyes should be. Yes, place my gems in her socket. You hear a click, and soon the second gem is enshrined in the socket. The rock in front of you splits up and unveils a path that burrows even deeper in the mountain. Huzzah! Hey. In front of you stands an ethereal feminine shape. Instead of matter, she seems to be made of some kind of translucent liquid. Wow! Hello! Who are you? We're simple adventurers passing by. You must be a spirit of nature? Yes, I am indeed the spirit of this mountain. I don't recall having human visitors in eons. This mountain is hard to climb. I know. I commend you for making it this far, and warn you that the way ahead is even harder. Thanks, but I got my mate here, Ren. Nothing can stop us. Ren is the promised child, you see. By the goddess, why did you say so sooner? It explains why you managed to make it so far. It is an honor to meet you. Is there anything I can do to help your quest? As a matter of fact, yes. There's a rift blocking our way. Say no more. Consider it done. You can pass now. I wish you the best of luck on your travels. Thanks, fairy, whose name I never got. I'm sure it's something beautiful with a lot of consonants in it. Perhaps an apostrophe. Ah, and they're right on the edge of the... Another grizzle. Mace the bear. Uh-oh. And I failed. My mouse wasn't responding there for a second. It might have got confused because I think I put my mouse on the touchpad like an idiot. You know what? I have the table here. I can put the mouse on the table. I don't know why I decided to put it on my laptop. And let's see what this is. Feather. Let's do a quick save. Oh, I gotta go into my folder for Ren's demon saves. There we go. I have a lot of saves. Yes, a lot. You know what? I've never tried escape. Try to run away. Stroke of luck, you managed to escape. Haha. Oh. Alright, I guess I'll mace you again. Uh-oh. Took my hands off the laptop for a second. I get the feeling there's going to be a lot of encounters here. Let's see. Air gets colder as you progress down the path. You cough when you swallow some of the dust from the path that the wind threw in your face. Bloodstone. let's dig. Oh boy, an arrow. Only had some way to use that. A flock of vultures. I believe we've already seen the vulture one. Feather. I thought she said it was harder up the... Oh. Predatory pterosaur pierces through the panorama. How do you feel about my mace? Come strike the pterosaur with the mace. There's no problem dodging. Uh-oh. Bites the air in my general direction. Oh, jeez. Okay, how do you feel about shields, bird? Well, technically dinosaur, but still. Swing your shield in the direction of the pterosaur. Blow does not seem to hurt the pterosaur. Oh no. Don't bite my legs. I need those to move. Gandalf, try to say something to it. Journey of 1,000 mountains begin with a single step. Oh no! The pterosaur doesn't have any philosophical leanings! Alright, Cassant. Getting too old for this kind of thing. He's unimpressed by the mastery of Cassant. Alright. How do you feel about Ice Bolt? Okay, that spell doesn't work. I'm gonna get so much experience from doing all this stuff. Don't want to you know what, let's try Fireball. Okay, how about Thunder? Turns out Thunder will work. Ah! Whew. Thunder! Oh shit, I fucked up. That's on me. Oh no! It's gonna be a little longer because I didn't time it quite right. Alright, so 3 hits with Thunder. Storm does 2, so that makes sense. Got it! Oh wow, 20 experience. There we go. Alright, the Spiteful Scorpion Stinger shines. How do you feel about ropes? No, that's fair. You're a teeny tiny thing. Oh, jeez! Oh. Oh, close. Gandalf? Nope. Alright. How about this lace dart I have? Okay, okay. Circumvent? Alright, so my tactics did not work. Pity. Arda. Alright. Alright, another grizzly, eh? I'm gonna rope this bear. That was strange. Didn't show the bear icon. Alright, let's see what I find in this rubble. Another arrow. Man, sure it'd be great if I had a bow, but alas, I do not. Alright, I haven't tried rope with you. How do you feel about ropes? Nope. No roping. No roping a pterosaur. Arda? Yeah, doesn't care about Arda's pacifism. Okay. How about a lace dart? Uh-oh. Those lace dart is pterosaur. It's clearly effective. You can tell one hit isn't going to be enough. Okay, okay. Oh, jeez. Alright, I only got one of them, so I'm probably not getting the full... Alright, I should probably get some empathy out of this battle now for the pterosaur. Oh, dip! Right, and... Wait, really? I didn't? Oh! Time for a pun! Let's see what I have for you. Boop, boop. Let's see. How about you? There. You know, masks have no face value. You see something odd on the ground. A quick examination informs you that it is a broken eggshell. We've already done this event. Can't believe I didn't get enough for the pterosaur. You always come in to do a pun and then just leave. It's almost like you don't like puns. Alright, what next? Yeah, I'll mace the bear. And I'm dead. Did I just hit new game by accident? Oh, god damn it, I hit new game by accident. That sucks. I am going to exit. And I'm going to open the game back up. That's a lot of encounters I'm going to have to redo. Oh, jeez. Oh, and it still thinks I'm running the game even though I just got it closed. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's try it again. Autosave. Oh, no. Oh, no. Wait, hold on. Here. There really wasn't another autosave? Oh, boy. Alright. That's fine. This is fine. I mean, I'll get stuff out of it if I battle it, so it's not terrible. I just... Hey! I shouldn't get punished for bad puns. Well, I mean, if they're bad, sure, but that was a good pun, I'll have you know. But that, sir, was a pun you just made. Punishment. Alright, well, we've already done everything we can with this hawk, so... Dig. Okay. So what does that mean I have to... Okay, there's the pterosaur again. We're gonna have to go through all of the options here. Circumvent. Okay, land start. Oh no! Okay. I only have the one lance dart though, so it's not a whole lot I can do. Arda, do something. Alright, that's fine. How about Gendalf? I think we've gotten through like most of his plateaus there. Uh-oh. Phew. Shields, no dice. Ah! It's almost right in the middle of that. Rope? Uh-oh. Okay, mace. Okay, I've now done everything I could possibly do except for thunder. And I failed my spell. That's fine. Thunder! I think it takes like 3 thunders to take this thing down. There we go. One more. Oh, jeez. There we go. So that should net me a lot of experience. 29 points, but no empathy still. I find that odd. Uh-oh. Whew. Whew, that was close. Aha! Got him. Now, Arda, do your thing. Hooray! Okay, Grizzly. Sure, I'll mace a bear again. I'll do it again! And I died. Okay, this time, retry. Uh-oh. Alright. Dig. Oh, and I don't have any other options for Pterosaur. I'm not going to get experience out of this deal, am I? I mean, I'll take the scale. Okay, just another emu. Arda, do your thing. Perfect. Another grizzle. I'll rope him this time. This time we rope the bear. There we go. Just barely. Actually, this doesn't seem like it was that far off from where I was. I could be wrong. Another bear? How many times do I have to teach you bears this lesson? Uh-oh. How much bear blood must I spill? Oh. Eh. It's in the most awkward place. Arda. I will take the scale. Okay, the hawk. Rope a hawk. Yeehaw! I feel like this was roughly around where we were. Uh-oh. Oops, didn't mean to... Well, I didn't close out OBS. I just accidentally switched screens. Actually, you know what? I should check my points. Do I have enough to use any of them? I have 2 points. Ooh, this is going to be quite the build-up. Man, sure are... Oh, jeez! Sure are a lot of bears on this mountain. And hawks. Bears and hawks are the prime things on this mountain. Yeah, sure, Gandalf. The only truly binding shackles are the ones you put on yourself. Hey, Gandalf, give us some more wisdom. There's no... Oh, we've already read that one. A spherical boulder. Oh! I think we're about to hit a boss monster. Or at the very least, a sub-boss. Uh-oh. Alright. This is it. Mate, can we take a break? Sure. Is there a problem? I'm just so hungry! Or maybe this is just an event. A big event. Yeah, let's have a meal. What kind of rations are you carrying? Rations? What food did you prepare? I'm supposed to prepare something? Hey, go easy on me. It's my first quest, remember? Alright, let's catch something here and eat it. There must be some hares on this mountain. Okay, sweet. How do we do that? He'd lay a trap on the ground. Here, you can use this. Hand him a basic rabbit trap that I guess had on my person. You watch and give tips and indications as Z-Man sets up the trap. He does not do too poorly. Awesome! We're gonna have some meat! Ren, the meat is not coming! You have to wait for your prey to come. That's because you're too close. You're scaring the wildlife. There's still nothing. Okay, let's try this. Let's go back to the previous part of the path, then come back. It should be enough. What do you mean? Well, it'll show that we've been far enough for long enough. It's probably best just to go with what Ren says without trying to understand in this kind of situation. Okay. Alright, game, I get what you're putting down. When you come back, you see that your trap has caught a rabbit. Damn, mate, that's impressive! You were right! You improvise... I think that's supposed to be improvised, but we're just gonna move along. A little campfire to cook your catch and share a friendly meal. Still have a lot to learn. Full and well rested, you decide to continue on your way. Okay, so that was just an event spot. Oh boy! An arrow! I mean, I kind of guessed it was going to be an arrow, but you never know, it could have been something else. Anything else, really. Alright, time for another not hoedown. What's the word I'm looking for? Wrangle? Wrestle? I think wrangle? Whatever. Okay. Oh boy, a feather. And a save! Where were you earlier when I accidentally left the game? Well, here. You don't move your save spot. Or save altar? Save altar. Okay, that was the same event. Well, well, Mr. Pterosaur, or Mrs. Pterosaur, I'm not sure what you are. Uh-oh. I cannot believe I still haven't got enough empathy for Pterosaur. After all the shit I tried. Just gotta hit you one more time. Whoa. Alright. Answer the call of your stomach and establish a small campfire to eat. Cook. So take the chance to make something special. Take an ingredient that you've gathered on your way and let it stew together. The result is one step above the ration you usually eat on the road. This encounter you experience more the fabric of reality. Hell yeah. The stalk of this plant is taller than you, yet stands upright unyieldingly to the pressures of gravity, the wind, or your occasional push. Alright. Gandalf doing his wise man shtick. Let's rope another bear. Uh-oh. Ah! Okay, good. That was just barely... Never mind. It was not just barely. Still roping this bear. I have determined that I will rope the bear. I am going to rope the bear. And no one can stop me. Gandalf. Alright, now what is my martyrdom at? Oh, we're so close to getting... No, we're not. But I could boost my sight range, my dodge speed, my dodge precision. I think I'm going to do... Save up for walk speed. 3 more points. Yeah, let's rope it. Arda, do your thing. Man, this is a big-ass mountain. It's gonna be a bitch to climb down this thing. Unless there's like a fast travel or something. Life is not about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. Alright. Been watching you fight for a while. You kids have it easy. What do you mean? All your hits land, but your enemies die so fast. There's no skill whatsoever in the way you fight. You don't know what adversity really is. Is that bad? I suppose not. It bodes well for our quest. It does make me regret all the time and effort I wasted in my youth, though. Broken eggshell event. It's incredible. The world has changed so much since I traveled last. It has more colors, more details. Really? Yes, you kids don't know how good you have it. Back in my day, adventurers had to spend days traveling between different places, trying out all kinds of combinations of items in hopes to find the one that would work correctly. There's still plenty of weirdness when it comes to what item works where, you know? Sure, but nowadays you're more guided. We needed to do stuff on our own. Took a lot of patience, you know. Oh dear. Okay, good. I managed to get around it. Egads, an emu! Get out of here, emu! Another emu. Just a pair of emus here. A doduo, if you will. Uh-oh. There we go. Haha! Okay. You know, just a quick note, if developer is watching right now, 252, what? Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, was it 252 or 255? You know, this is information I could very easily look up. In fact, I will. Give me a second here. If I minimize that, minimize the game. Wait. Oh no, it's still showing good. Store page. Let me make sure. As I want to make sure I, you know, use proper name here. Username. Store page. Yo252. I was right. I shouldn't second guess myself so much. Anyway. As I was saying, now me personally, I am not a game developer, but I have played a lot of games. I feel like this particular level could use a bit more monster diversity. Because at this point, with the inventory I have, I've basically done everything I can possibly do. Oop. I've seen every enemy on this mountain, and I've done every way of attacking the enemies, so there's not really any way for me to milk any more experience out of them. Can we rest a bit? I need to replenish my energy. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Good idea, let's nap. Here, is it safe? Yeah, we just cleared the zone. What if we get attacked by a beast or something? We won't. We eliminate all the non-optional dangers. If you say so. Z-Man is doubtful, but you still all set up little camp. So much climbing took a toll on your stamina, and the respite is much welcome. As you expected, nothing bad happens. Woo! Okay, I think we're about to hit the end of the mountain. Stop praying. Then again, I suppose my problem here is I didn't like, get a lot of different items for up here, but I didn't have a lot of funds to do so. So perhaps this is player error on my part. And I'd have more options if I had more gear. Oh dear. Damn it, there's a boulder in the way! So? So what? Well, we can push it. How can you tell? It's the same as before! Oh, right! Z-Man rolls the big boulder out of the way. That was easy. You are near the summit. You see that the floor is littered with incandescent feathers. If only I could be so grossly incandescent. Anyway, I digress. Are those what you needed? Z-Man crouches down and picks up a few. Yeah, I think. Thanks for everything, mate. You stare awkwardly at each other during a moment of silence. I guess this is goodbye then. Well, there's more. What? I kinda don't want to go back alone. What if there's more puzzles or dangers and stuff that I don't know on the way down? There won't be, we cleared the whole way. But what if monsters come back? They won't. Still, I'd be much more confident if I could stick by your side a little longer. Just till I know the ropes, you know? What about your quest? The quest giver didn't specify a time limit. Oh, I see. That means you have until the end of the universe. Yep. You exchange a smile. Okay, you can tag along. Sweet! Z-Man officially joins the party. For the time being, anyway. You know, through meditation, you can reach the ultimate truth. Oh, hey, I just got an achievement that I didn't realize because it was on the corner of the screen. Whoops. You know, through meditation, you can reach the ultimate truth of all things. Oh, we've already read this one. So what's at the very top of the mountain? Summit stands in front of you, piercing the contnue of layer of clouds below. On top, you can see a small platform of clustered wood bathed in a crimson glow. On top, a gigantic bird seems to be ablaze. Lets out a piercing shriek as soon as it sees you. The pompous phoenix parades or patrols. I'ma rope ya. The phoenix opens its beak wide and lets out a single note. It seems that the air around you withers and contracts under the mysterious melancholy of its ethereal timbre, making it hard to breathe. That thing's pretty fast. Storm. Try Storm. You amplify the breeze with the feel of your skin by imbuing it with the magical power. You turn it into deadly whirlwind, whose pressure makes it hard to breathe even for you. Clearly effective. But you can tell one hit is not enough to bring down your enemy. You're gonna need more. The phoenix whips you with its incandescent tail. A tornado of embers surrounds you, heating up the air and scorching your skin. No, I need that though. Ah, man, I'm dead. Retry. Storm. Ah. Yes, I was just barely out. Phoenix opens its beak wide, lets out a single note. Okay. And I'm dead again. Oh boy. This one's a tough one. And I failed that. And I failed this one. Okay. Storm. That's the first one down. And I'm dead again. Man, there's such a small window of error for this one. Okay. Why did I do that? And I'm dead again. Yeah, we're like flipping a coin, it's so fast. Okay, good. We managed to get that one out of the way. So I would try to milk this thing for experience, but I am doing a poor job. Okay. Oh, never mind. That was just barely in it, huh? Okay. I keep getting to 2. Hopefully it doesn't take too much more. Okay, first attack. Alright, good. Second attack. And I'm dead. Well, that time I just took it face first. Alright, you know what? We know Storm is the answer, so let's just try to milk this thing for experience by dying over and over again. Arda. Okay. Well, there we go, dying again. Alright, Ice Bolt. Okay, so ice isn't gonna work. We've established that now. And that time I killed myself. I was gonna be okay, and I accidentally ran face first. Wait, it didn't count Arda? That's weird. Well, there we go, dying again. Okay, well. And... I know it's stupid to do this, even though I know it's not gonna work, but... There! Finally! We can move on! How do you feel about Lance Darts? Clearly effective, but it's gonna take more than one. Throw the other Lance Dart. Okay. Gendal. Well, there we go, dying again. But hey, we've experienced more now. And that's what's important, to milk this thing for everything it's worth. How do you feel about Shield? Aha! Fireball. Which, I mean, obviously Fireball is gonna work on the fucking Phoenix! How does it feel about Descent? Okay, let's see if I can... Let's go Z-Man! We decide to let Z-Man take care of the Phoenix. Z-Man rushes on the battleground, jumping excitedly in every direction, and vocifering strange cries to psych himself up. I came to kick ass and chew dried meat, and there's a famine going on. Clearly effective, but you can tell that one hit isn't gonna be... Wait, really? Okay, sure, fuck it. Have at it, Z-Man. You decide to let Z-Man take care of the Phoenix. Z-Man runs around the Phoenix a couple times as a warm-up, and takes a stance in the middle of the field for no apparent reason. He slowly jolts up and down to signal he's ready to fight. And that's the same one again. Ah, man, I died. Alright, so we know Storm and Z-Man work. Did I try Mace? Oh, shoot. Did I... Oh, wait, I did hit it with the Mace. Okay. Oh, well, so much for that. Alright. So. Storm. That's one down. Oh, thank God that counted. Storm. 2 hits. Whew! Can we get the 3? Ah! Alright. This battle's hard. got 2. And that time I just let myself die. I didn't mean to, it just sort of happened. Okay. And of course she went directly toward me. I'm trying to find the optimal strat for dodging here, but I don't think I can... Well, that was the exact opposite way I should have gone. Oh dear. Man, it keeps charging right for me. Now I'm just brute forcing this, I feel. There we go. 1, and I flubbed that, and that sucks so much. Well, at least we're dead. I'm gonna try something stupid. Well, that was stupid. Okay, I don't have as much time as I thought there. That kind of worked. Well, that didn't work because I didn't hit the button fast enough. But I think I have a strategy now, Storm. Okay, that's the first one. Excuse me. Ah, damn it. Okay, number 1. Okay, that time I just didn't hit the button at all. Ah, I screwed myself. Alright, here we go. Storm, go. Storm 1. Damn it! Ah, and I went the exact wrong way. Why did you do that? I don't care. I'm gonna die anyway on purpose. This is gonna take a while. Son of a... Okay. Wait, it succeeded without effort. It's getting easier. Haha! I didn't mean to do that. Son of a bitch. Being slid on a mighty shriek clearly echoes miles. A sharp sound pierces through the ears and brains of everyone in the vicinity. Okay. Storm. Okay. Now we're making forward progress. Well, I was gonna say, I think the game is finally taking pity on me, but I guess not. And that time I fucked myself over. Okay. Storm! Son of a bitch! No, please just kill me. There we go. One more again. Storm! Yes! It went through. Now I'm gonna try. Oh, come on! Alright. Oh, no! That was on me. That one was on me. Haha! Okay, 2 hits. No! Okay. I've lost track of how many times I've done this fight. Thank God that worked. 2. Ah, damn it! Okay. Now, I don't know if this is just me, an example of me fighting a boss I wasn't ready for, or if this is a design issue. Really? A design issue? Because, like, I have a fraction of a second to, like, figure out where it's going and move to an area that isn't in its path. Okay, so that's one. And if it's heading for me, I'm just dead. Like, no way in hell is it gonna work. If it's heading towards me, I have no time to react. Oh, thank God, that didn't count. Okay, 2 it is. Well, that was on me. Really? I'll take it. I don't care at this point. Son of a... Okay. Alright, there we go. 1. 2. See if I can beat my high score of 3 hits on it. Okay, 3 hits. I pray to God it's not much more than 3 hits. That's 4. I've beaten... Thank God! 4! I did it! And I got a fire elixir. Losing counting experience, more of reality. 2. You also got a glimpse of the true self of this opponent and lost empathy. Yeesh! So, that is a lot of experience I suddenly have. Dodge speed, absolutely. Walking speed. Precision. Speed. Precision. I learned that my dodging is shit. Oh wait, you know what? I should probably get enemy predictability up too. I'll get my barter up as well. Okay, sure, let's get our sight range up just to end things off. Now, everything is at 4 except for sight range. Done. Find the nest of a majestic phoenix. So big that you can fit several times inside. The mass of plants and twigs. Do not dare try, however, because it is filled with loose feathers who seem to burn magically like orphan flames. Middle of the nest, something catch your eye. Surrounded by silvery ashes, a single twig stands upright. It emanates a warm red glow, which makes it hard to see its details. Looks as if the feather got embedded in the wood. The fiery barbs circle around the rod and end in a tiny, perpetual flame at the tip. Beside this item is too intriguing to pass. You enter the nest carefully, but to your surprise, you find that it does not burn. You take the magic wand. It sends sparkles through the air. As you wave it around, you cannot wait to try amazing powers contained within. Woo! Enchanted Wand Achievement. Looking down the plains below, you wave your newly found wand, curious to see if anything could happen. As you do this, a myriad of tiny sparkly particles leave the tip of your wand and flow to the air before you. They appear chaotic at first, doing a mesmerizing dance you cannot make sense of. But soon, the pattern appears. They appear to be forming a kind of path joining your feet to the ground floor. You probe carefully the ethereal path with your feet and find it seems solid enough to support your weight. I need to take a moment, hold on. There we go. You decide to make your way further and discover you are actually pleasantly striding through the air of this glowing ramp. On this glowing ramp, you reach an incredible speed, but you still feel in control. It's like the world around you is moving and you're not. In any case, it only takes seconds before you're back on solid ground. Woo! Now, where's town from here? There it is. City of Acceptance. Now, the Forgotten Fissure, I think, was just unlocked, maybe? On the weapon. Okay, so let's go into the weapon store. Sell all my junk. That's a lot of coins. Now, I do have a mason shield. I could get a spear, Wait, that's a lot. I could get the iron sword or the axe. I can't afford a great sword yet. I could save up for it, but I think I'm going to grab the axe. Now I can axe all the questions I want. Villager named Warrenius has been... Never mind, it's gone. Tool. I could get more lance darts. A bow! I need that! I'll take one, please. Oh, yeah, I can afford a net. How about, I don't know, 3? Sure, let's go for 3. Wait, isn't that... Hold on, let me take a look at my actual inventory to see. Inventory, tool... I did not. Okay, I thought I did, but I'll try again. Net 3, enter. 3. I can't afford it, can I? Oh, no, I can only afford 1. Sure, I will take 1. That's why it wasn't letting me buy it, because I couldn't afford the damn thing. Hadoy. Alright, anything of note going on? Let's see. You are Way of the Spirit. I've got 497. Where's the Elementalist? Ah, you are here. Unfortunately, all the stuff I'd want to get from you is way above my current pay grade. So do I want to go into the Way of the Spirit now to get some new possibilities? Potentially? Listen, sure. I'll grab a poison. Just to start specking into that tree. Okay. Oh, they're preparing for the sacrifice. Right. Alright. So... that's the edge of the map. The mounts of pretentious hawks. The woods of lazy trees. And there's... oh, that's where Palaperg is. Okay, so that's where we started. I could go into the woods of lazy trees just to explore. I don't see why not. Yeah, what the hell. Let's go into the woods of lazy trees. As you approach your destination, the goddess strongly impresses in your mind that you are not prepared for what is to come. In her infinite wisdom, she knows that this is not where you are meant to be for now. Oh, well, never mind then. Alright, goddess, if that is your will, so be it. Can I go into the Forgotten Fisher yet, or is this also beyond our reach? Alright, well, never mind. Fuck me, I guess. So, what do we do from here, goddess? The Maw of Hell. I'm apparently good for the Maw of Hell. So I'm not to go into the tree area. I'm not to go to the fissure. But I am ready to go into the gates of hell itself. Okay, sure. Goddess knows best, after all. You arrive at the foot of a mountain chain. The rock is black and rises steeply in contrast to the surrounding meadow, as if some sort of massive otherworldly spike perforated the ground. Every now and then, you can hear an ominous rumbling in the distance. The smell of sulfur overwhelms you and makes it hard to breathe. From the summit, a thick gray fog runs down the slopes and makes it impossible to see what lies ahead of you. So this is it. This is Johnner's hideout? I think so. This is the heart of enemy territory. Let's be extra careful. It must be swarming with demons. Next to you, an old, worn-out altar stands as the last stand of civilization. The track you climb is thin and unreliable. Pretty soon, it forks into a different path surrounded in fog that crawls up the sharp facade. You pray that the goddess leads you to the right one. Alright. I mean, we haven't been streaming for very long, but I feel like if I'm going to tackle the Maws of Hell, I should probably save that until next stream. So, a bit of a short stream, but we're going to end it here. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Dragon Quest XI. I'm going to look for someone to raid. I'm probably going to raid Vaughn, even though they're in the middle of the campaign, I'm sure, at this point. But, in the middle of the session, but let's see how that's going for them.